1990 Mazda Miata. There's the tailpipe. The underside of the vehicle is covered in sort of rust barrier. There's no problem with the underside, and the exhaust is fine. You have, I removed this because I stored it, so I had to put a cover on. So that's the antenna. The antenna is in the trunk. You have new tires, although it's been sitting for 5 years, but I start it every year. These are not like the most expensive tires at all. Tiger Paw Touring Uniroyal tires. They're pretty basic. The only issue with the vehicle is I had to put some. There's no rust here. There's no rust there, but this is where the rust accumulates in here, and so I put a whole bunch of tar. You can see there's some splash tar here as well. I actually drove over fresh road as well one year. But anyways, there's no rust here, but I think on the other side there's some rust in front of the back tire. But no rust there, no rust here, and the front's fine. How are the brakes? Brakes are okay. Hard to see in there. The brakes are fine. Although between the plates there's some rust generated compared to a brand new vehicle. Obviously, the front windshield's fine. There's, surface chip right there. Otherwise, there's no large cracks in the windshield. Side windshield's fine. Rear windshield is fine. This is the hardtop roof, and the original was stolen in Vancouver. And this is a duplicate replacement. The hardware here is okay. The engine is working. As it sits for this period of time, you'll see some corrosion building up on the exterior of this aluminum. And I was always under the impression that aluminum does not corrode, but it does, I guess. There's no issues with the engine. It is. Let's look in the inside here. Let's have a look. Interior is okay. There's no rips in the upholstery. The kilometers actually was incorrect. It's 137,661. I kept it full when it was parked to avoid any water in the lines. This is the soft top. The soft top, there's a, for the soft top, the rear window doesn't, only closes when I tied it shut, but the zipper is gone on the rear window. So of course I would not store it with the soft top. So I have the hard top here, 5-speed, original, stereo. Let's see if it works. It temporarily usually does not work. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It actually works. That's hilarious. But I know the radio temporarily doesn't work. It was good when it was working. The radio works, but only one speaker operates. That's the issue. So there we have, this is cracked. I was driving to the United States, and when they were searching the car, they cracked that. So it needs 3D printed. Otherwise, all the seals are okay. The door seals are fine. And here's I put this patch on the outside. There's no issue at all. But the paint was starting to crack on this roof, so I put this patch on there. Not sure why I did that. Perhaps shouldn't have. And it's made in Japan. Made in Japan. Body color SU. Made in Japan. It's 1,380 pounds. It's gross vehicle weight 2,700. It's 1,225 kilograms. there's a weight distribution, front and rear. The front is 1,380 and the rear is 1,365. So it's equal weight distribution. They put that on the sticker there. So there's a defect here. The issue was right here. I patched it with tar. I used an enormous amount of tar. So it's about this here starting to corrode. This is where you've got to check these types of vehicles. But it hasn't increased, hasn't got any worse since stuffing tar in there. I just used vehicle tar. And under here it's all smooth, all the way to the front. So this is where I went over a sealed road, and it's splattered. So for me, it doesn't really matter. More tar, the better. Here's the engine. Spark plugs are fine. I replaced one spark plug, and otherwise, these lines were replaced when I bought the car. And the oil is fine. It smells good. So if the engine's not burnt out, one of the ways to test an engine is you can smell the oil to see where it's burnt. So the engine's fine. The kilometers I described. Radiator, it's okay. Belts, well, I guess because of the surface corrosion, I guess if you were a fanatic, you could probably go in there and try and work it out. But lights, I haven't actually. Maybe I should try the lights as well. If you'll be driving it, the windshield wipers do not turn on. So that's an electrical fuse issue, perhaps. That's one of those unknowns, but that's the only thing that is a concern. Otherwise, it's a classic vehicle. I don't see any problem at all. Sounds okay. So, anyways, this is what you live with when you're young and you have a convertible. It's pretty awesome. I have a Mazda RX-8 now. All right, talk to you later.